coverage on the retired officer Dwayne Williams, who was unfortunately shot to death on the 3rd of December, just after 2 o'clock at near 118th and Western. Today I want to play a video. We're going to start playing it now, and we're going to be once again asking for the media's help to push it out to the public, and then ultimately we're going to be asking for the public's assistance to help identify these offenders that you're going to see in this video. So I'm going to let the video play, and I'll talk a little bit, and then we'll go back, and I'm going to talk about Mr. Walker and Andrew Holmes, who are here today, who offered up reward money to try to bring these offenders to justice. So the video is playing now, and or it's about to play, I should say. And this video has already been pushed out to our news media outlets, and our news affairs is pushing the video out through social media, so everybody should have a chance to view the video and continually to share it with everybody that they know. So as I mentioned, so this is going to be the video. Unfortunately, that's our victim. That is his vehicle. You can see how quickly these offenders get out. See suspect number 1 with a gun there. You can see his shoes. There's suspect number 2 and 3. Number 4 is the driver. There's an exchange of gunfire, and then these suspects will leave. This is just a different angle of the car. That's, once again, suspect number 1. They're returning fire. They're shooting back at the victim, at which point they struck him. They all re-enter this vehicle, and they flee the scene. And you can see that guy with a pretty distinctive jacket on. So what we're asking, and this has worked extremely well before with the community, is we're asking the community to view the video, slow it down, share it with everybody. We're fairly certain that if you look at this video, there's going to be people who recognize these individuals, maybe not based upon their face. You can see that their faces are covered, but based upon who they are and based upon their clothing. We're asking that they call Area 2 Detective Division at 312-747-8271 or the CPD tip line, and please share as much information as possible. The information can be anonymous, but once again, we truly need the information to identify these offenders. You can see how horrific a crime this was, and we're trying to bring these offenders to justice and give the family, some peace in this as well. So please review the video, please share it, and please push it out. We did recover the vehicle in this incident, so when you looked at the video, the vehicle that these offenders pulled up in was another stolen vehicle. It was a Ford Fusion. We have recovered that vehicle out in Tinley Park. And I want to thank all of our South Suburban police departments. The Area 2 detectives have been working very closely with them on this investigation. And all of the South Suburban departments have been extremely helpful supporting us with this investigation. So I want to thank them for that support. And lastly, like I'm mentioning, the detectives really need the information here. We truly believe that these offenders can be identified. And the gentleman standing behind me now, they have offered rewards in order to bring these offenders to justice. And I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Early Walker at this time to speak for a minute. Early?
Thanks, Chief. As stated, my group, I'm Telling Don't Shoot, group of business owners, we have pledged a reward amount of $10,000 to add to the reward amount that's already been placed. Here it is a man that gave his life to the city. Retired, finally was able to retire to try to enjoy his life, and now his life has been taken. There's someone out here that knows who these individuals are. Do the right thing, remain anonymous. As I stated before, one of the distinct things in our reward money is that you can receive a portion of the funds immediately. If you need those funds to relocate, to move, we just want justice for this family. Here it is, he was trying to get some popcorn, and his life was taken over a vehicle. So we are asking that if there's anyone out here, you guys have seen the video, someone knows something. Someone went to school with one of these individuals. This family deserves justice. We do believe that you guys just wanted the vehicle. You are one of the shooters out here. We don't believe this was an intentional act. We just want you to turn yourself in. This family deserves justice. Do the right thing. Thank you.
Andrew Holmes, community activist. Thank you, Mr. Walker. We're in support, along with Father Michael Flager, and I have put up reward money. Mr. Williams, Lieutenant, life worth more than any brown penny that we all can come up with. But if we have to put the bounty up to put it out there, then so be it. But you know what? I'm reaching out to the family members of these shooters. Family members, take a close look at this video. If you know this is your loved one, call the detectives. Either give any of us a call. Because sooner or later, you're going to get a knock at your door and you're going to wish you had her. I'm reaching out to the friends. I'm reaching out to the homies in the streets. I'm reaching out far as to those who are locked down. Love you all too. But when you see this video and you locked down and you know this your relative or you know this your homie, think about your father. What if this was your father? And to the shooters, you're going to have a son one day, if you don't already have one. What if he lose you if somebody do this to you? Take a hard look. Turn yourself in. All I'm urging you to do is turn yourself in. Because I put it to you this way, and I said it once before, and I stand on it. Guarantee you, shall be apprehended, whether it's by the Chicago Police Department, U.S. Marshals, or the Fugitive Division. You'll never know what you left behind. Chief Tina.
Thanks, Early and Andrew. And these are the people that are supporting and the people that are putting up the reward money. Right now, the reward money it's over $30,000 in reward money for this specific incident, and that still seems to be growing. So I could take a couple questions now. I'm not going to go too in depth into obviously some of the investigative techniques that we're using, but I could probably take some general questions. Sure. So there's a total of 4 suspects. So when you look at the video, the driver doesn't exit the car. So he's the 4th suspect. You saw 3 suspects exit the car. We believe at least 2 of them discharged their weapons. And the 3rd one, it's a little bit hard to tell from the video, but it's possible that he had a gun as well. So we believe 2 of the suspects did discharge their weapons at the victim. And it's possible that the 3rd suspect had a weapon as well. The 4th individual, as I mentioned, was the driver. And then they all made good their escape. So obviously we don't, obviously the victim is gone, and you saw the video, and based upon the information that we know at this time and the investigation, that yes, the motive is carjacking. There's not another motive. They were going to take this, they were trying to take this individual's car. Yeah, he went into, yes, he was in he's a regular visitor to the popcorn store, and he goes there, some of the popcorn place at almost daily, and he's holding the popcorn, and when he comes out, you could see how quickly it happens, but you could also see how quickly he realized what was happening, in his actions. Yes, that's his vehicle. So obviously, we don't know for certain, but the investigation so far is revealed that no, there's no connection. That these guys are carjackers, and they're looking to take the car. They're looking to take his vehicle. They don't know him. It could have been anybody driving that vehicle, and they would have approached that individual with guns. It just happened to be Mr. Williams on that day. So as you can see from the video, we don't know how old they are because we don't have them identified yet. So I don't want to say, it's kind of silly to me to speculate exactly what their ages are. But from this video and from working with the suburban departments, it's highly possible that they're involved in other car-related theft crimes. But I really want to push out that, on today's date, they are, they're responsible for this murder, and that's where we need people to step up and identify them.
CBS 2 authorized.
So we do have some video that shows what we believe that they saw his car, a little bit earlier than this, and that they followed him to that location, and then when he was coming out, they tried to take the vehicle at that time.
2 more questions, please.
Sure. So, as I mentioned, we're working with the suburbs and the South Suburban Task Force, and they've been truly remarkable with sharing information with us. So it's not just a Chicago problem. The carjackings, all over Cook County and further out have been an issue. So our carjacking task force has been doing an excellent job arresting these offenders, but the plan is to expand that and even have, there's other detectives that are involved in arresting offenders for carjackers as well. And we just need to come up with a better comprehensive plan, working with the entire criminal justice system in order to try to hold these offenders accountable. No, I think I'd rather, this is the best video that we have, and, due to the cooperation from these citizens and businesses and people, they don't want to be put out on Front Street at this time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.